Have you ever wondered how we know that Moses was very tall and had a large hooked nose and stuttered? Or that St. Peter was very short, only about 5'4", with curly hair and a short curly beard? Or that the Blessed Mother had blue eyes and fair hair that hung to her waist with a slight wave at the end? I've always been fascinated by anecdotal facts like these. They somehow make larger-than-life people more human and approachable. Be honest, after watching The Passion of the Christ, have the sorrowful mysteries of the Rosary ever been the same for you? Now, I've entitled these essays Mystic Snapshots, because in many cases we learn these facts from mystics, special people chosen by God and given visions of people and events to help us understand the plan and love of God. We don't know why these particular people were chosen. They were not exceptional before being selected. As a matter of fact, they almost always were humble, sometimes ignorant. St. Bernadette comes to mind. She was actually a little dumb, really, when it came to learning her catechism. She almost didn't make her communion because she had difficulty answering the priest's questions. Didn't matter much at Lourdes, did it? The children at Fatima, take Jacinta. She was 7. Her brother Francisco, 9. Their cousin Maria, 10. There have been only a handful of mystics recognized by the Church down through the ages. St. Teresa of Avila, St. Margaret Mary, St. John of the Cross, St. Teresa of Lisieux, to mention just a few. Now, also among these are 2 women who, well, they're not saints yet, but I have no doubt that somewhere down the road they very well may be, Catherine Ann Emmerich and Maria Valtorta. For now, these will be the 2 that will provide personal glimpses into the life and events of special people. Now, let me say right now that you are not required to believe in mystics. You can be a perfect Catholic and not believe in them at all. However, for my purposes, I'm going to assume that what these mystics see is real. I will narrate their observations as if they were actual facts. My intention is only to personalize these characters to give you a feeling of closeness with them. There will be absolutely no preaching. Now, a word on the structure of these essays. They will not necessarily be in chronological order. Each, I hope, will be a self-contained vignette, a mystic snapshot, if you will. So, let's get started. Since this entire project is dedicated to the Blessed Virgin Mary, and her help was invoked from the very beginning, it's natural that we start with a mystic snapshot of her, as seen by Maria Valtorta, a mystic born in 1897 in Caserta, Italy. Mary at age 3 is still tiny but quick and confident. In her white sandals she does not stumble as she walks across the pebbles. She's all in white in a linen dress that reaches down to her ankles. It is a wide dress curled at the neck by a blue ribbon and has short sleeves. Her arms are plump and rosy. Her hair is silky and honey blonde. Not very curly, but wavy, ending in curls. Her eyes are a sky blue. She runs to her mother, who is sitting in a shady pergola doing needlework. She buries her face in her mother's lap. In her hand is a collection of flowers, which she offers to her mummy. That's what she calls St. Anne, mummy. She describes each flower in a story she invented. But her mother is astonished at the words the child uses. Let's face it, she's 3 years old. For example, she says that the blue flower is a star which has come down from heaven to bring the kiss of the Lord to my mummy. The other one, which is a paler blue, like Daddy's eyes, has written on its leaves that the Lord loves Daddy because he is good. Mary goes on and on with different and complex stories for each flower, but all having to do with the love of God. Anne asks her how she knows these things. Mary thinks hard. She wrinkles her little brow and finally says, "I think I have always known them." She and Anne then have a very deep conversation about, of all things, virginity. Anne asks her what she thinks virginity is. Mary responds, "It is when one does not know human love. It means that one has no other thought but for the Lord." She says much more, but Anne can hardly believe what she was hearing from her 3-year-old child, who has already made known that her only wish is to join the other virgins in the temple, one of whom will be chosen to be the mother of the coming Messiah. Of course, Mary does not know now that she will be the one. She tells Anne that her greatest desire is to meet the chosen maiden to serve her and be her companion. This is Joe Roberts.